This fire burned for about 2 hours this afternoon, and you can really see the full impact of what was left behind. She called serving as the state's top leader, quote, the greatest honor of her life. We actually just came through another downpour just now. Scotts Creek, as you were referencing, right in back of me, one of several bodies of water here in Newberry. The number of bomb threats reported in this country has gone up 50% over the past 6 years. People still lingering around the side of the highway right now. I want to kind of gesture to where I am. This is actually the entry ramp for Highway 277.
He just could not sit on his behind. He just wanted me to like hug him, like protect him, like tell him that he wasn't going back there.
They're pictures that left Letitia Jones with no words.
I pulled his pants down and seen what I seen.
She says she took all of these photos last week, not long after picking her son up from after-school care at the A&A Youth Community and Learning Center. It's a program on South Highland Forest Drive in Columbia, founded by this man, Alan Jerome Smith Sr.
He was, I guess, looked at the school as a good person to be around your kids.
Jones says, like other moms, she learned about Smith's program through her child's school. And at times while picking her son up here, Jones says she noticed a style of discipline coming from Smith that left her uneasy.
When I walked in, some days he would be beating other people's kids.
In some cases, she said it would be simple, like hitting them on their hands with a ruler. Last week, Jones says Smith contacted her because her son wasn't doing his homework. She says a beating that left bruising on his back and thighs was the consequence.
I was terrified. I just could not believe that this man had sat there and hit my child like he had hit him. He said, well, I won't spank him anymore. And I said, yeah, you're right, because he's not coming back there. Jones then says she contacted DSS and the Richland County Sheriff's Department to file a complaint against A&A, and she's not the only one speaking out about its director.
And it seemed as if the kids were kind of afraid of him.
Ashley Patterson says she took her son out of the program last spring after he reported being struck.
He said he took a ruler and he hit me with the ruler because I forgot to cross the T in my last name. And so at that point, I was enraged.
Mr. Smith? We would go to A&A looking for answers. I'm Mike DeSumma with WIS News 10. A woman who answered the door told us Smith was not there and asked us to leave. He's not here? Smith did tell us by phone that his attorney would respond to our calls for comment, yet as of Tuesday, we got no response.
It's no way that you can care about a child, somebody's child that you're in care of, and beat them like this. Many people who were inside this part of the building and got out told me today they know it could have been a lot worse.
You know, I was in the bathroom and I heard yelling downstairs. And I usually hear yelling, but, you know, it was kind of bad.
The sheer sight of this massive fire in Richland County was bad enough. But even worse for responders was knowing that the apartment building it consumed had people inside when the flames broke out.
Glad I'm okay, but my arms are burning the worst.
Jakari Williams said he had to make his way down from the second floor. He suffered second-degree burns around his body while trying to get out.
When I jumped through that door, that's where it caught me on my arms and my legs. And I jumped through, and it was hot. And I turned around, the building's on fire.
It did go up pretty quick, and that's kind of what we're going to be looking at, just try to figure out where it started and, you know, how it started.
It took a lot of firefighters, but eventually crews were able to contain the flames. A second person was taken to the hospital, and several firefighters did have to be treated for heat exhaustion.
Went to turn on the light, and gray smoke started coming through the electrical sockets.
Some tenants say they had to think fast to find a way out.
You know, it just got real smoky, so I got on the floor, went to the next room, took my elbow and kind of knocked the window out and had to jump from the second floor window.
But when I came out of here, I was just glad to be alive.
And tonight, the Red Cross is providing assistance to many of those 25 people in all who were displaced by this fire.
We always get together.
Ronald Johnson says for him and his wife, the holidays have always meant food.
She's in there constantly cooking.
As well as a time for gratitude.
Give thanks for, you know, what this world really stands for.
Yet this year, the 54-year-old Army vet has one more reason to be thankful.
Go!
Love you.
A daughter who's back at his side.
As far as having Kelly, it's still hard to believe.
Ron and Kelly have both waited for time like this.
I always miss my dad. I always missed the big family. I only had a little small picture.
For 23 years, all Ron had was a picture too. ones that were left behind in 1992, when he says his wife at the time took his 2 kids to Germany while he was away on deployment, and then broke off all contact.
Man, it's unbearable. I'm telling you, it's hard.
Year after year passed, and Ron says he tried to locate his children with no success. But the situation would completely change back in January when he turned to Facebook.
You get a request from your daughter, and immediately we're making phone calls.
You're still looking good, Dad.
What he found on the other side of a computer was a daughter who had spent her years looking for him, a moment that ultimately led to a heartfelt reunion just months later.
It's like a whole new world. It really is.
Now, each passing day has brought something new for the Johnsons.
We have a little dining table right here because...
With Ron's help, Kelly moved to the U.S. with her husband and son, settling just a short distance away. She now holds a job while her husband, Chris, attends school.
You missed it a little bit. Get that one.
And for Ron,
Hands on the laces. There you go.
it's been a world of fun creating new memories with his grandson, Sean.
He's kind of funny sometimes. He's very nice, too, and he's kind of the best grandpa in the world.
I'm happy. I'm really happy.
Happiness that on this holiday
I'm glad I got her. I'm glad I got him.
has one father giving added thanks.
This is what we asked for.